is going on, Hydrow? Welcome to the Bahamas. My name is Mac, and I am so excited to be here with you doing a 15-minute sweat. This workout is all about being fearless, all right? You and me together, we will get through it every single stroke. Before we do that, let's look at our metrics. Slash 500M, that's your split, that's your speed. The lower that number is, the faster you are moving, all right? When we drive our legs into that footboard, we find power, we find connection, all right? And that is how we get a full body workout. It all starts with those legs driving us back. Look at that S/M, that is your rhythm number. That's how many strokes you are taking per minute. So if you match my hands, then we are all in one boat, cruising on this crystal clear water. Leaderboard is on, meters are counted. Let's get warmed up right here. We got 2 minutes to get nice and loose. All right, starting at a nice jogging pace. So nice and easy, breezy, beautiful. All right, relax those shoulders. Take a big, deep breath. Smell that ocean breeze. All right, and we'll let that fuel us through our workout. In this workout, we will be doing a series of 2-minute intervals. Every interval will be followed by 30 seconds of sprinting, of being fearless, our most fearless selves, and then we'll recover. All right, but we got 1 more minute to get ready. Prep the mind, prep the body. You ready for this? All right, this is my very first time rowing here in the Bahamas. Whew. One of my first times out in a coastal boat. We got some big waves, new equipment, but we are excited to be here. And we know that whatever comes our way in these next 15 minutes, all right, we're gonna sit tall. All right, sit with pride and take on every single stroke. We got our team here with us on that leaderboard. We got community, and our goal today is to find strength and confidence as we go. All right, I am right with you in that goal. That is my goal, getting comfortable on these bumpy waters. First interval is gonna go down in 5 seconds. In 2 and 1, right here. We're gonna find a nice 22 on that rhythm. There we go. Whew. All right, and this is gonna be our running pace. So it's comfortably uncomfortable. We feel strong. There we go. All right, and we lock in for 2 minutes. Woo! As we press together, all right, we find power. It's actually pretty difficult trying to get the rate up in a boat like this. You'll notice these coastal shells are much bigger than what we row out on the Charles River. So big focus on power, driving those legs, all right, because that's where our speed is gonna come from today. Woo! Let's go. All right, we have fun surfing in the waves. 1 more minute at this 22. And then we're gonna kick it up. We're gonna test our speed. Good. Nice and steady pressure. Looking for 45 more seconds. There we go. Press back. Good, find that strong rhythm. Press right with me. We got it, dude, we got it. Roll with the punches, with the waves. Good. The only stroke that matters is your next one right here. Woo. Get the next one. Good, all right, 8 seconds. We'll take our rhythm up. Looking for a 24 to about 2 beats higher. as I get acquainted. There we go. 24 on that rhythm. All right, and looking to bring that effort up. All right, what can you do in this moment? We only got 30 seconds here before recovery. Here we go. Come on, team, 10 seconds. And then we walk it out, In 3, 2, and 1. Down right here. 30 seconds, walk it out. Andrea is giving me the big arm signals to turn this thing around. All right, we're good. Are we stronger than the waves? We will find out. All right, in 10 seconds, we're back for round 2. All right, let's get it in 2 strokes. We're gonna whip this thing around. Good here. And pick it up. Good, back at that strong 22. Ooh. So I talked about being fearless. And that might be more of a goal for me than for you. As I mentioned, this is one of my very first times out here in wavy waters in a coastal boat. And I'm just trying to have fun with it. All right, this is the thing. We can't be too hard on ourselves. We can't take ourselves too seriously. And I think that's something we can all relate to. If you're new to something, if you're new to Hydrow, welcome. All right, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Fitness, I think, is always about having fun, moving your body, right? And then, secondly, the goal is whatever fitness goals we have. All right, 1 more minute here. We are just zigzagging all over. I love it. We got the open waters. The world is yours. Here we go. Nice and steady on that 22. In about 30 seconds, we'll bring that rate back up. Good. We have some great hosts while we're here. Big shout out to the Scullers Rowing Club, which is a club here on the island. Started about 9 years ago, which is almost the same amount of time that I've been rowing. And the club now has about 30 kids, mostly girls, and we got to meet them yesterday. And they are fearless. Take that energy right here. 30 seconds at that 24 sprinting pace. Come on. There we go. We got recovery in 15 seconds. There we go. Big press at the legs. Down in 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds. Walk it out, walk it out. Whew. Good, let that heart rate come down. You know the deal. We're going back off in 2 minutes. In about 19 seconds. All right. But these kids were awesome. They were getting out in their boats and we're just absolutely charging full speed ahead at the waves crashing. And that was inspiring. Here we go, take it up. And I asked them, I was like, do you guys ever get over that fear of being out in the open waters? And they're like, no, but we have fun anyways. I was like, okay, I like that. I need to take that mentality with me. So right here, find that 22. Good. Nice and steady. Find your rhythm and just go with it. But it's so cool to see opportunities like that being built, especially for young girls here, because rowing, I can speak from personal experience, has had such a strong and important impact on my life. Being able to be part of a team, being able to put yourself in situations just like this that are tough, they're challenging, right? We don't know the outcome, but we're excited to be here. It's a great place for growth and community. That's exactly what we have here at Hydrow. It's more than just a rowing machine, right? We got our team, we got our community. No matter where you are in your journey, we all show up, we all sit down, we take the same amount of strokes, and we push each other to be better. We find strength in our team. Here we go. Woo! Nice and steady here. Right on it. In about 20 seconds, we're gonna take the rhythm up. Back to that 24, sprinting pace. I want you to take a look at that leaderboard. All right, those are our teammates pushing right with us, all moving together. Into, that's 1. Here's 2, 24 for 30 seconds. Good, hold steady. Drive those legs. All right, and think about being direct at that catch position. We waste no time. Drive those heels, accelerate the handle. Good. Ooh. 5 seconds, and we recover in 3, 2, and 1. Down right here. All right, walk it out, walk it out. Nice and easy. We are just cruising along. We got one more interval here, but then we got a little surprise at the end, okay? Little chance to dig deep, find that inner strength. This whole workout, we've been building confidence, all right? We've been doing the same thing over and over. Right here, bring it to that 22. You know it, you love it. Come on. Learning to love that hard work, loving the grind. It's not always easy, but it is always worth it. Good. Float together right here. Nice and strong. This is our last 2-minute interval, okay? So I want you to show up for yourself right here. What do you got? What do you got? Good. Nice and steady at this running pace. And you know the drill. 30 seconds run. Only thing different this time, we're gonna take 30 seconds to recover, right? That's the same. The difference here, we're gonna finish 30 seconds on, okay? One last opportunity to push yourself and find that strength. Ooh, we are just surfing these waves here. Good. We're gonna keep pressing, nice and steady. Get away from these waves here, good. 30 seconds to keep rocking this 22. And then we take it up. Good. They say these boats are pretty hard to tip, but I don't know about that. I don't know. 15 seconds. Get ready, all right, sit tall. Being direct, remember? Nice strong core. Good, in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go, 24 on the rhythm, just for 30 seconds. You've been here before. Good. Opportunity to test speed. Opportunity to rely on our teammates, for our teammates to rely on you. 10 seconds and we're down. Come on, Hydrow. Good. Right here. Nice and easy, and last stroke. Woo. All right, row it out, row it out. Sit tall. Nice deep breath. And you know what? We're going back on. All right, 10 seconds. It's your last push. And then we got 30 seconds to just cruise, to start our recovery. but we gotta be ready for it. In 3, in 2, and 1. Let's go. Right here, 24, nice and strong. All right, big direct strokes. Accelerate the handle, press. Find that confidence, knowing you've been here. All right, you know the deal. You're here, you showed up. All right, now it's just time to finish. We're down in 3, in 2, last stroke right here, and down. All right, last 20 seconds. These are for you. Start feeling that hydro high set in, that feeling of accomplishment, of pride in your work. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being part of our team. All right, you help us find strength in ourselves. All right, not only physical, but mental. And I'm just so happy to be here rowing with you in the Bahamas. Go get your cool down, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.